So here we are, a month and a half into 2026, and I wanted to take a moment to talk about how things have changed since I stopped goal setting and turned to dreaming again instead. First, a little precision of language, a little housekeeping. Words matter, right? Now, the words we use in this case are really going to define the boundaries of what we think we can build for ourselves. You see, most people use the words goal and dream interchangeably, but that can be kind of a mistake. A goal is an external thing, it is a foreign, unmet facet of an identity you don't yet possess, right? Think about it: get a better job, quit smoking, make more money, get more sales. These are projections. They're cold. They're a spreadsheet of a stranger you hope to become one day. But a dream is entirely different. A dream is internalized, it is immersive. It's so deeply embedded in you that it is almost indistinguishable from lived experience. I mean, think about the last time you had a nightmare or a vividly beautiful dream, even. You woke up probably heart pounding, muscles tense, maybe even sweating. Why? Because as wildly as imaginative as the human mind is, your body has difficulty distinguishing a vividly hallucinated dream state from waking reality. Your body doesn't dream emotionlessly, it feels it. Setting goals is fine for grocery lists and quarterly metrics, yes. Don't get me wrong. But when you are trying to fundamentally change your life, when you're trying to adopt a new facet of your identity, a goal isn't enough. A goal is just a point on a horizon that you're trying to get to, but a dream is why you're walking there in the first place. And if you only focus on the horizon, you'll eventually stop walking or walk right past where it is you're trying to get to. You have to understand the dream. You have to step inside it, chart its edges, and understand what it demands of you. And the good news is, if a dream is an internal world, like I say, then that means we can map it, right? So, welcome to the dreamHOLD. Let me show you how to map your why. So, what does mapping a dream actually look like? Well, let's head over to the dreamHOLD and I'll show you. Go to dreamhold.io and we'll click on Field Guide. From there, we'll go down to Cartography in the top left menu. And we'll start right here in the cartography interface. And remember our rule: precision of language. I'm not going to type a corporate SMART goal here. I'm not trying to type increase revenue by 20%. No, I am typing the raw, unedited ambition. Let's see. I am the dreamer dreaming of getting feedback from others on my second book, for example. Now, notice what happens the second I stop typing. I don't click save, I don't hit generate, I just pause. Instantly, the system takes the exact phrasing of my desire, runs the math on those specific characters, and assigns my dream a visual landscape and a set of coordinates. In this case, it sped out the sector UO. But here's where this gets really interesting. Here's where you actually interact with your own intent. Let's say I look at this orange landscape and that sector coordinate, and my gut's like, no, that's not it. That doesn't match the feeling I have in my chest when I think about this dream. So I go back to the text and I realize that maybe feedback from others isn't the right language. It's not honest enough about what I want. So let's change it to be more precise. Precision of language, once again. Let's type, I am the dreamer dreaming of using my second book's royalty checks to pay for some of my bills. The math recalculates instantly, the map updates, and we get sector Q8 here, which has these beautiful deep blue and cyan geometries. That, that feels right. That resonates with the actual dream for me. So I hope you see what just happened. You're not just filling out a form here, you're tuning your ambition, you're adjusting your words until the map on the screen matches the feeling in your body. You're locking in the exact frequency of your why, something you can look at, point at. Now that we have the right coordinates, we have a place to stand. And if we have a place to stand, we can finally start moving within our dream in the direction of our desire. Let me show you how we navigate this new territory in the dreamHOLD. So we've used this cartography tool here to tune our language and found the precise words that we want to use, and we kind of even know the ballpark of where this dream lives. We see what's possible with that dreamscape there, but we're not done yet. You see, the cartography tool is just a practice space, so don't fall in love with this image. It's not going to be the final image associated with your dream within the dreamHOLD, and there's a reason for that. This shows you the geometry of your words, but it doesn't account for time, and in the dreamHOLD, time is a massive factor. The version of you that wants this dream right this second is not the same person that wanted this dream 10 minutes ago, because you've learned new information that might help you get that dream, right? So the moment of inception matters. And to make this real, we have to commit. So let's copy that dream to our clipboard, and then we'll go log in. And that'll take us to the dashboard here. We have the dream share input right there up top. Let's go ahead and paste the dream in there. And I'll click share dream. Boom, there it is. We've got bright red, and I don't really vibe with that, but I haven't committed yet. All I've done is posed it. So I'm going to click cancel. And remember, I said this is time sensitive, so it's going to spit back a different one if I just sit here and wait a few seconds. And so if you don't like the artwork, you can get the artwork you want. I'm going to click share dream one more time, and that's much more like it. That gives me peace and makes me happy, and it's got little pops of green and gold, red for that passion, the blue for the calmness that comes from knowing I'm getting royalty checks from something that I created, you know. So I'm going to save and load this stream. And because the system factors in the exact millisecond of your submission, this streamscape is unique to the moment that I shared it. Okay? We've combined my intent with my commitment. And so now I have a dreamscape, and this is no longer a draft. This is a signal, and it is locked into the quote-unquote blockchain of your own history. With that dream by G0, its archetype of alchemists. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. So now you have a map, but how do you actually move through it? To understand that, I think we're going to need to take a look quickly at the machine itself. So let's open the field guide, and that'll take us to the operations tab, if you're not already on it, with the heading of protocol dreamHOLD. This is sort of an high-level overview of the entire dreamHOLD platform, where the goal is to commit a dream and practice becoming the person who achieves it, because identity is not fixed. It is practiced into being. So every circuit begins with a dream shared, like we just did, a single statement of intention, and the system then generates your dreamscape, which is that beautiful G0 that we have up here in the top right. And this is how you proceed to move through that dream, move around on the map, so to speak. And this is also what sort of sets the dreamHOLD apart from other goal-getting or goal-setting type apps. You have sort of circuit designed to the dreamHOLD. It's designed to create a feedback loop between your cognition, your body, and your memory, and it has 5 core modules. First, And foremost, we have the dream tome itself. The dream tome is where everything you create in the dreamHOLD with regard to a specific dream, the dream tome is where that information will end up once it's created. So it's kind of like the memory core in the center there, and it's your dream's external brain. Then you have the mandala. This is your daily driver. It's for structured reflection, and it uses the archetypes, which we'll talk about soon, to force you to look at your dream from new angles, given where you're at in the moment that you sit down to do a session. I really enjoy this. I've gotten a lot of value in building the dreamHOLD itself from using the mandala. And then you have the storm. This is for when you're stuck, and it uses cryptographic chaos to break writer's block or stagnation using a custom approach I call Tao Tongue, which we can talk about in future videos. And then you have the dream aria. This is for embodiment. It uses soundscapes derived from your dream's input statement to tune your nervous system, not just your mind. And you can also use it as a timer for getting things done for your dream, because it has different length settings and things like that for chunking. Then you have Gnosis. And the thing about Gnosis, which is really cool, is this is the integration engine. It's a card game that you play, a solitaire style card game that deals your old insights back to you so you don't forget where you've been, and so that you can observe where you are now in relationship to that then, if that makes sense. And so this is a fully integrated system. Each one of these modules generates a reward that feeds into the dream tome, and then those rewards are used as playing cards in Gnosis, which generates reflections over time against those previously observed reflections. And it has this really cool effect of creating almost a gravity well for the end result of your dream, whatever that may be. I know that's a lot of machinery. It might leave you asking, where do I actually start? Well, if you're new to the dreamHOLD, you have two best options. If you only have 3 minutes and you're feeling scattered or anxious, start with Dream Aria. It's the quickest way to get into the mode. You put on headphones, you listen to the frequency of your dream, which will start playing in the background here in a second, and you center yourself. It's a sort of sonic palette cleanser, if you will. It has a few different settings. These control the type of tone that you get and the target goal of the session. Like this one's for active thinking, this one's for relaxed focus, this one's for meditation, this one's for before you go to bed at night for deep sleep and healing. And you can control the length of a session right here on the far right. And then when the session completes, you'll be given the opportunity to reflect on what it was that you thought about during that time, in case anything important or insightful came up for you. And there's a special bonus, a reward card that you'll get if you do that. And in addition to that, no matter what length of session you create, if you sit through the whole session, I'll also give you a download button that you can download a copy of the session for use on your phone later, or wherever you like. You can do whatever you want with it. So that's the Dream Aria. If you're ready to do the work and you want to start traversing that map that we just built, that we have right here in the top right of the dashboard, then you're going to want to go to the mandala. Mandala is the most accessible entry point because it holds your hand. It asks the questions. You don't have to come up with ideas. You just have to respond to the prompts the system gives you, like the one up here, where you start a session, you'll say something like, because this is about my second book, time for some unexpected, brutal honesty here. Well, I'm still working on the outline for my second book. So I think that's where I'm at right now. I'm outlining the second book's plot. And then that resonates with the empath. So if we wanted to learn more about what that means to resonate with the empath, we can say, okay, so this is about the tone of my first statement, right? So it's not saying that what I said means what that card says. It's saying it had that same resonance. This is just math under the hood. And so the Dreamweaver there is our target for this next response. It says your reflection, which is what we just did, resonated with the empath. What might the Dreamweaver say about where you're at right now when looking through the lens of the amplifier? And if you don't know what that means, these are all links, the colored words. And so you can click to open a card that says what to think about when the Dreamweaver prompts you, and how to think about how you respond and things like that. So there is a little bit of a learning curve here, but it's one that the information is right there in front of you. You don't have to memorize this stuff. You can just click to pull up the card and then think about what that card means in regard to what you're being asked to reflect upon. So I was just talking about how I'm outlining the book's plot. What's loudest about the book's outlining right now? And it's as I think, and you'll notice something as I type, as I think about where I'm at right now, I'm struggling with how to reconnect the two main parties. You see how it goes green? That means that what I'm saying is in alignment with the Dreamweaver right now, which is the request. So I could hit enter and that would be a successful response. But I'm going to give myself a little bit more information here. Remember, you're writing to yourself. You're not writing to the system. You're writing to your future self here. So you want to be as specific as is necessary for you to be able to make meaning from this statement later. And so I'll continue by saying, after having separated them for a few chapters. And if I put a period on that, it is not in alignment. But if I remove the period, it is. So I'm going to submit it without. And then the system will respond with the next prompt. And it says, hey, what might the Dreamweaver say about where you're at right now through the lens of the echo? So we're getting the same archetype, but now it's asking to look through a different lens. So I would open the echo and I would say, where have I faced something like this before? What voice from my past speaks to this moment? That kind of thing. And so I'd have a think on that, and I'd be like, okay, it's kind of asking like, how have you solved a similar problem to this before? Or what do you know about storytelling that leads to solving this, is sort of what that means to me. So I'd reflect on that for a few minutes and then I'd respond. And you do that until you get all 10 matches up here. And these matches are drawn out in the little radar down here. And this is a very good investment of your time when it comes to generating ideas for how to move through your dream, because it moves you through different perspectives and ways of thinking about where you're at right now, right in this moment with that dream. So do give it a try, please. It has probably become my favorite tool within the dreamHOLD. Now, we've covered the precision of language, we've mapped the territory, we've committed the dream to the timeline, and we've even done a little bit of dream work here, right? The map is ready. I've shown you the tools. Now it's time for you to walk. Welcome to the dreamHOLD. Your invite code, it's the last phrase in all caps at the bottom of the video description. I hope to see you on the inside.